Okay, this is Unit 2, Cells and Biochemistry, and I'm Miss Nielsen, and this is Lesson 2. So we've been talking about the 8 life processes, and we've been doing some work with those in class, trying to understand the difference between all of them. So tonight's lesson is very short. We're just going to continue with what we've been talking about and introduce some new concepts. So all cells need to complete the 8 life processes, but their structure will determine unique functions. So for example, the red blood cell, which carries oxygen through the blood. How does the structure help the cell do this? So how does the structure help the cell do its job? Well, for capillaries, they are circular in shape, which allows movement through the blood without clotting. And they're referred to as biconcave. So when we look at them from the side, what that means is they're indented on the top and the bottom. So that allows them to be what we call shapeshifters, because they can bend and twist very easily to get through capillaries, which are the smallest blood vessels in the body. They're only like 5 to 10 micrometers wide, which is extremely small. And then we have a sperm cell. Sperm cell carries the genetic information that needs to combine with the female's egg. And here you can see the head of the sperm, and it's got a tail. Well, this structure helps it do its job because the tail helps swimming, because they have to swim all the way up into the fallopian tubes where the eggs are. And not only that, something else special about sperm is that they have extra mitochondria. Now you're going to learn when we talk about cells, or maybe you remember from 7th grade, that mitochondria allow cellular respiration. So if you have extra mitochondria, that allows more cellular respiration. And through cellular respiration, we produce energy. So that gives sperm more energy because they got to swim. So you can see how the structure of these two cells helps them do their job. We're going to talk about a couple of more. We've got muscle cells. Muscle cells expand and contract to control the movement of bones. The fibers can work together to create a strong force. So that's another cell. Then we have nerve cells. Help messages travel throughout the body. So when you touch something hot, you quick pull your hand back, and that's because nerve cells send messages in microseconds to your brain and back, telling you to remove your hand. So nerve cells, they have long, fibrous extensions which are good for message sending, throughout the body. And we'll talk about nerve cells more in another unit, but that's what nerve cells look like. And then you have skin cells. Serves as a barrier to protect the body from foreign invaders. And skin cells, as you can see here, have many layers to create a deep, strong barrier. So these are just 5 different types of cells. So what I would like you to do now is on page 13 and 14. This is a pre-assessment, so this doesn't really count as a grade. I want you, and you can leave this on, pause this, because the picture in your book isn't quite as clear. I want you first to see if you can label the different things. So I want you to put some arrows like this on your diagram. And this is the same thing blown up, okay? I'm going to take and circle one of these little dots here. See all these little dots? I'm going to circle one. And then this is just pointing to this whole blue thing in here. I'm going to number these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want you to try and see if you can number the different parts. So which of these do you think is the mitochondria? Which do you think is the vacuole? This is just a pre-assessment to see how much you remember. And then over here, I want you, without looking anything up, seeing if you can remember what any of these things do. And it doesn't matter if you have some of them blank, but if you know what you think some of them do, I want you to write it down. So this is page 13, okay? This is page 13. Then I want you to turn it over and I want you to go to page 14 and I want you to do the same thing. So I'm going to number these. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And this has got more than 8 lines on it. This one was already numbered. So some of these lines may be blank, but I want you to see if you can number the parts. And then if you happen to know any of the functions, and the functions may be the same as what was in the animal cell, this is a plant cell, you can write the same thing. And if you're not sure or you really don't know, just leave it blank. But I at least want you to try to number them and write the function of a couple of them. And this is page 14. And that's all I need you to do. Okay, I'll see you next class. Have a great weekend, or what's left of it.